There's this game that dropped in late 2023 called The Finals.
Don't make me throw it down. Don't make me throw it down.
If you're paying to the FPS scene, you probably saw it for a hot minute, with streams, YouTube montages, TikToks with flashy destruction physics, and wild moves that had the energy of a breakout hit, and then silence. Today, most people barely mention it, let alone play. It's not because it's bad, far from it. Finals was actually one of the best designed shooter games in years, but somehow it still faded into obscurity. It became another victim of the modern gaming side, hyped, launched, and forgotten in record time. So what really happened? Why did the finals, a genuinely innovative, well-made shooter, fall out so quickly? Let's rewind and break it down. At launch, the finals felt like a breath of fresh air in a genre that's been recycling the same ideas for over a decade. Destruction wasn't a gimmick, it was a core. This wasn't just blowing up some walls for effect. In the finals, entire buildings could collapse, floors could be shredded, you could drop an enemy team through the level or cut off a sniper's line of sight by literally removing the floor beneath. It created dynamic, reactive gameplay. Every match felt different, not just because of the players, but because the map itself changed mid-round. The game wasn't built for camp, it encouraged movement, grappling hooks, zip lines, jump pads, gadgets that push you to keep moving, flanking, and outmaneuvering. It was aggressive but with finesse. Think Apex Legends meets Rainbow Six Siege with just a dash of Battlefield chaos. Light, medium, and heavy classes all brought different tools and playing styles to the table. Whether you were demolishing walls with a sledgehammer or cloaking behind enemy lines, the finals rewarded coordination, creativity, and overall just raw aim. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game looked fantastic. The lighting, the sound design, the UI, it was tight. You could tell it came from ex-DICE developers who knew what they were doing. The launch hype was real. When the game dropped, it hit hard. 200,000 plus concurrent players on Steam, massive console adaptation thanks to free play, top trending across YouTube, and big name streamers jumped in. Everyone was experimenting with builds, showcasing wild physics clips, and praising it as the next big FPS, but that honeymoon didn't last long. So, how does a game with this much promise and polish becomes forgotten in just a few months? In today's gaming industry, visibility is sustainability. If creators stop covering your game, you lose discovery. That's exactly what happened here. Streamers and YouTubers gave it their week, maybe two, then they moved on to the next game. It wasn't because the finals was bad, it just wasn't viral enough to hold them. And without them, casual players stopped seeing the game. Out of mind, out of sight. The game had depth, but that also meant it had a learning curve. If you weren't coordinated with your team or didn't understand how to use your gadgets well, you probably got stopped. There wasn't a strong onboarding experience to guide new players, and with no content creators constantly pushing out tutorials or a high-level play to learn from, newer players just slipped. Live service games need a consistent drop of new stuff, whether it's new maps, weapons, cosmetics, or modes. The finals launched strong, but the follow-up was slow. Balance issues went unresolved for too long. The progression system felt grindy. Updates didn't arrive fast enough to keep players excited. In a market where Fortnite updates weekly and Apex drops new content every season, the finals couldn't keep up. No major seasonal events, no ranked ladder that meant something, no long-term progression that felt worth grinding. It had all the right mechanics, but not the right live service loop to keep people coming back. It's not dead, but it's definitely quiet. Player base around 10,000 to 15,000 concurrent on Steam from 200k. Twitch presence almost non-existent. Developer support still there, but no breakout updates to reignite the buzz. The game still has a core fan base, and honestly, if you jump in today, gameplay still holds up. It's smooth, tense, and satisfying. It's just not getting the attention it deserves. The bigger problem with modern gaming depends on virality. This situation isn't new to the finals. We've seen it with Splitgate, Knockout City, Battlefield 2042, Hyenas. All of them had potentials. Some of them were great games, but they faded once the content pipeline slowed or the creator interest dropped. In 2025, games live and die by the algorithm, and that's the scary part. You can make something incredible, but if it doesn't go viral, it disappears. Can the finals make a comeback? Yes, but it's going to take work. Other games have done it. Rainbow Six Siege had a rough launch. No Man's Sky was a meme for years, but they rebuilt, listened to their communities, and delivered consistent updates. If Embark Studio can fix progression and matchmaking, add meaningful seasonal content, reignite the creator community, make the game easier to get into, then the finals could carve out a permanent place in the FPS space. The finals was and still is a really good game. It just got swept up in a system that moves too fast and gives up on games too quickly. If you've never tried it, it's worth checking out. If you left it behind, maybe it's time to come back. And if you're a developer watching this, take note, because great gameplay alone isn't enough anymore. And in the end, the finals didn't fail because it was bad. It failed because people forgot to care. What do you think? Is there still hope for the finals, or is it too late?